This is Professor Gavor. I just wanted to go over week 2, and I just finished grading the homework on week 1 and give you some encouragement or admonishment about that. In our course, in week 1, you see I got all these videos, sales and operations planning framework video. If you're writing a paper on sales and operations planning, I'd watch the darn video. It's helpful, and then I'd use it as one of your references. If I have probability videos, why make the homework hard? I talk about using the binomial distribution and introduction to the normal distribution and probability density functions. This is not me, these are Khan Academy videos. But also, I think I have some information on video lectures for both chapters 1 and 2. Hopefully you watched those. YouTubes for week 1 problems. Gee, do you think those might have been of use in solving the problems? Let's look and see. I'm being facetious. They of course are. The problems in chapter 2, simple binomial probability distribution, normal probability distribution. They introduce the binom.dist function. This introduces the norm.dist function. If you watch them, you would have not been trying to, and some of you really did it the hard way. You used the binomial distribution PDF formula and had to put in factorials and all this kind of crazy stuff. I really like the efforts that you put into it, but this is an easy way to do it. Watch the videos. I would say I took the time to record them, but I took the time to record these years ago. So it's no skin off my nose if you don't watch them, but you should watch them. The other thing is, what do I have? Discussion and homework guidelines. It tells you how I expect the homework to be done. I'm not making this up. I want to see it that way. So if you look at it, there's a video. And the video tells you exactly what I expect. And many of you didn't do it. I want one problem per worksheet. I want the decimal places in a column to be the same length. I don't want to see decimal places of 9 decimal places. Why is that? Because we're not playing Major Tom song, where the 9th decimal place is the difference between landing on Mars or not landing on Mars. What else? I want to see things look pretty. Most of you did okay in that area. I want to see all calculations in Excel. Excel is a calculator. Why would you type all this stuff in Excel and then turn around and do the calculations on a calculator? Don't do that. Use Excel. It's easier. And if you have it in a formula with the right answer, you don't have to write out all the equation separately. I'm a grown-up guy. I know how to use Excel. I will click on the cell and say, oh, yep, they got the right answer and they have the right formula in Excel. This is good. I like it. So going forward, make sure you do that. The homework, if I look at, if I look at the homework grades, this is perhaps the worst first homework distribution I've seen. It's easy problems, so you could do it on a piece of paper for most of the problems. I think the last 3 problems from chapter 2, well, the last 4 problems from chapter 2 were probably hard, and the case study, the mini case study from chapter 1 was probably hard. 2 of you did everything in Excel the way I wanted, 48. A couple of you were close, got in the A range, but then a lot of you got in the B's. You've really got to look at this and see where you're at and make sure that you've solved this conundrum moving forward. If you have any questions, I would join the class session tonight. That's what it's for. Okay, so if I go back home, let's look at chapter 2, or the week 2 in the class. Week 1, gone. Week 2, I have 2 discussions. I made an alternative for discussion 2.1. I don't care which one you did. People that already posted in, Tyler, a lot of people posted. What do we have? 1, 2, 3 posts in discussion 2.1. I'll give you the points if you don't want to do discussion, my alternative, because I took too long to get it up. But here's the question. It's about my new car, and here's the decision space. What advice would you give me? You can read it. And I'd like you to comment on others, but it's not a requirement. I just want to see how you would help me decide which car to get. And then I'll tell you which car I got, because I already made the decision. Been driving around for 2 weeks. Downloading QM and the Thompson lumber example. Here's the video lecture that you should watch. Here is this video that tells you how to download and use the QM Excel template for this week's homework. If you can download it and use it, it will be much easier for you to do the homework. You can do the homework without the QM software. The QM software is an Excel overlay. It's a template of programs that accompany the book. And we're able to still download that template even though our book is used and out of print. We're able to look at the author of the software gave us the links on how to load it, so that was good. But I would watch the video and do it. If you have questions tonight, join the lecture tonight, or join my office hours on Friday, or call me and text me via Microsoft Teams or my cell, and we can figure out how to do that. Okay? Yay. So let's go back. Here, let's get rid of that. Let's go back to the class. Video lecture. I'd watch it. I'd watch this lecture and one of the examples in the textbook. Do the discussions. You already did that well. Homework 2. 1 problem per spreadsheet. Problems are worth a lot more. There's only 5 of them. 319, 322, 326, 328 in the starting right corporation case. In every one of these cases, you should have a decision table. I'm going to say it once. In some of the cases, don't forget that do nothing could be an alternative. And I want to see how you do on this. And I want you to express your answers, because I can see where the answers are on your spreadsheet, on the decision table, especially if you use QM. I can see if you put the numbers in right. Good, that's only part of it. Interpreting the answer and plucking the right number off the spreadsheet or the QM sheet is really the important part. And I want to see that you can do it. So those of you that did it right the first time, continue doing what you want to do. Those that didn't, learn and adapt and change how you do it. Because I'll grade it equally hard, but they're not hard problems. Everybody should get between 45 and 50, which means A quality work. That's kind of what I expect. All right, that's that. Let's see what else. There are some in-class examples I've done in a live in-class. The solutions for number 1 are I did not put them in, they're just in a Word document, and if you did the solutions without using the book so you can see the answers. If you want to see an Excel spreadsheet, I'm happy to do any problem from last week's homework in class tonight. If you have questions about problems in class tonight, I'm happy to do a similar problem from the textbook in a spreadsheet. I would record it and put it up, assuming that people might want to look at the videos. There's not a lot of superfluous videos in here. And every class that I've taught, and like I said, I've taught it like 20 times, everybody says the videos are very helpful in doing the problems. I would watch them. What else is due Sunday? The paper. I think somebody's already submitted it. Here's a rubric on how I'll grade the paper. I'm serious about this. If you don't talk about the SNOP process, sales and operations overview, process steps, and explanation, you're going to get something less than 10 points on that. I want to see citations for quotes and graphics that you use. See, it says at least 5 references, no Wikipedia. I mean that. I'll take off 1 or 2 points. If you don't have a title on your paper and just turn in a flat file with no title, no cover page, if you want, you can do it in a cover page. You could do it as a header. I don't care, but I want to see that. I'm serious about it. Grammar, yeah, I'm pretty easy about that, but if you have lots of errors and never proofread anything, I'll probably take it off. Business-like writing style. Well, I like colloquialism as much as the next person, but if you're writing a business-style paper that is going to be used to educate people about a new technique in a company you eventually work for, gee whiz, write it in a business-like work style. Relationship of SNOP to forecasting. I know what it is. I want to see if you know what it is. Does SNOP work? What are the challenges? It fails as often as it succeeds. So why is that? And then personal observations. Do you have any experience using it? And guess what? Here's the questions up here. I would probably not want to irritate your professor. So here's the questions I want you to answer. If you just turn those into headers and pretend like it's homework and answer put a paragraph under each one of them, I don't know why. That irritates the living daylights out of me. So if I were you, I wouldn't do it, because I'm telling you right now, it irritates me. I don't try to take extra points off for that, but if I'm telling you something irritates me and you go ahead and do it, I'm going to have a cloud hanging over my head when I grade your paper. People will ask me, how long should the paper be? Long enough. Do you ask your boss how long the report should be? Your boss will wonder why he hired you. So call in tonight and we can go over this. Let's see, do I have anything else to say? That's due Sunday. One person already turned it in. Have fun with this stuff. It's supposed to be fun. And next week, we're on to looking at inventory models. And we have inventory turns. I've got to probably assign companies to people. I'll do that maybe right after I do this, so it's top of mind. And I'm assigning paper number 2, Theory of Constraints email. And I'll introduce that next week. And I'll try to introduce it before the week actually starts, not like this one. All right. Thank you all. We'll see those of you that call in tonight to the session at 6:30. And I hope all of you do. I'd like to see at least all of your faces if you only stay for 5 minutes. Thank you.